With less than 5 days to the president's deadline on the debt debate, several GOP lawmakers are defending against attacks that their effort to hold the line on tax increases is, quote, unreasonable. Here's Congressman Paul Labrador on a Sunday talk show roundtable with journalist Cokie Roberts. Let's listen.
What I think the American people keep saying is you were elected to do something, to come together, to make compromises and make government work. And why isn't that a message that you hear?
That compromise always means increasing taxes today and doing cuts in 10 years from now. I think that's the problem that the American people will not stand for that.
Is that what compromise means? Raise taxes now, cut spending later. Brad Blakeman is a former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush. Dick Harpootlian is a South Carolina Democratic Party chair. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Dick, can you answer Congressman Labrador's question? Does compromise always mean raise taxes now and cut spending later?
That's a pretty infantile, juvenile response on the part of the congressman. Compromise means finding some middle ground. I might point out that if you look at history, Bill Clinton left, had tax rates that were higher than they are now, but he had tax rates that stimulated business, encouraged investment, and left a surplus as far as the eye could see in the federal budget.
Sure. So it sounds like you're saying that tax hikes are always a part of compromise.
No. What I'm saying is that there is a process where, if you're going to say this, that we're going to continue to subsidize Donald Trump's jets, that we're going to continue to subsidize ethanol production, we're going to continue to subsidize hedge fund managers, charging them only 15% in taxes when every American's paying more, twice that amount. If we're going to do those sorts of things, are those tax increases? I don't think so. I think that's closing loopholes for the greed heads on Wall Street and in business. And none of those guys, by the way, create a single job.
Brad, your response to that. Are Republicans willing to close some of those loopholes that Dick just pointed out, and would that be compromise?
Absolutely. We're willing to do that. The trouble is, Allison, if you listen to Democrats, they go back to their mantra of we want to raise tax rates on all those people making $250,000 or more. That's what they said when they came into office. That's what they want to do. We've been down this road before. It's deja vu all over again. In 1990, President 41, what did he do? He broke his tax pledge of '88, raised taxes, and he didn't get reelected. We're going to stick to principle. It's the right thing to do for America. Our problem isn't revenue, it's spending. And if Democrats want to get serious, we'll raise the debt ceiling, but we need significant tax cuts. We need to take on entitlements. We need to take on non-discretionary spending. And yes, Dick, we need to hold the line on taxes. We're not raising taxes.
Dick, I mean, obviously you know the statistic that if the president raised taxes and took every cent of every bit of income that people who make $250,000 or more, if he took all of their income, it still would not close the deficit. So clearly there has to be something more than just raising taxes. So what's the compromise there?
The president's proposed significant cuts in spending, The problem is the Republicans don't, and Mitch McConnell and Boehner in the House both have proposed some moderate closing of loopholes, and they get pushback from Ryan and the Tea Party crazies. The problem is that there is no sense of compromise, and I think McConnell and Boehner are going to have to get their Tea Party radicals in line.
Your party's getting pushed back on touching Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Do you know how much waste, fraud, and abuse can be saved just by gleaning out that from a system that is broken and going broke?
The president is for significant changes in Medicare and Medicaid.
But not the left wing of your party.
Well,
those are the intransient people, just like we have problems with the right wing of our party. You guys have the same problem on your side.
Well, Brad, you and I could work it out. No question about it. We're reasonable people. We could get it worked out. And that's what's got to happen. We've got to ignore the wingnuts in both parties and get down to the middle. And I think that's what President Obama wants to get done. But it's going to take his courage to ignore his left wing, and the courage of Mitch McConnell and Joan Boehner to ignore the radical element of their right wing,
Brad,
and the middle has to come together.
Brad, we have heard that the president was willing to make something like $2 trillion worth of cuts, at least according to the Biden plan when they left off. Is that enough compromise?
It isn't enough compromise because he's, again, talking about raising taxes. What we need to do, Allison, is we need to reduce spending. We need to attack the non-discretionary spending. We need to raise the debt ceiling. Yes, we do. And I think we can also close some of the tax loopholes that Dick was talking about. But it has to be not the president's way or the highway. It's got to be true compromise. We'll be able to get the votes if Democrats are sincere and leave this raising of the tax rates, and actually what they want to do is not cut spending, but they want to increase revenues to grow government. That's exactly what Democrats want to do.
Go ahead, Dick.
The president has proposed $2 trillion in cuts. That's
but
serious
over such
cutting.
a significant period of time, it doesn't make a difference.
Oh, no.
To the
He's
problem
talking
that
about
we're
immediate cuts. Immediate
Come
cuts.
on.
And the Republican right-wingers won't
We want
listen.
more. We want more because our circumstances demand more.
You know
We're
what?
fighting two wars. We're fighting two wars.
No, three
we
wars.
Can't.
Three
We're
wars.
fighting two wars.
Libya.
How many wars? Three.
Libya.
And Libya. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm short one war.
Yeah.
But we're spending significant money. Should we send that $100 million or $700 million to Pakistan?
You know what, guys? I thought you guys just said that you two could work it out because you're reasonable. So what's going on here? Dick Harpootlian and Brad Blakeman, we'll have you guys back soon to see if we can hammer out an agreement then. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. It's already bad news for farmers and a